Okay, we're in. Hello. Good evening.
We did it.
We did it. We're here.
I was going to try to, like, pretend I was saying the end of a really interesting story right as you, like, clicked it, but I could not think of anything on the fly. And I'm upset about my...
Thank you for admitting that live.
I know. I know. We're just like, dang it, I had the window of opportunity was open and I did not climb through.
And then she said, oh, hello.
Like, I needed a really good punchline and I couldn't think of one.
Do what I do and just pre-write everything because I'm not good at the words.
Have you pre-written this entire conversation?
Yes, I did. I'm reading a script off my prompter right now. So.
Oh, it's our Google Doc.
Yeah, our Google Doc. Yeah. So, hello.
This is all scripted.
Hold on, I gotta get my reading glasses. Welcome to Demiplanes and Doodles. Yes.
Doodles.
Hello. Hi, guys. Welcome to Saturday night. We're excited for this episode. I'm excited for this episode. We're gonna talk about some fun stuff. So, welcome to Demiplanes and Doodles. It's an art collaboration between Lynn and I as we draw stuff live on Drawpile while we talk about different topics and anecdotes and et cetera, et cetera. So, hi, I'm Avik. Lynn is...
Hi!
There she is. Okay.
I'm here.
And
I'm here as well.
And then we have a glorious chat mom sitting right next to me to make sure that we stay on topic.
Yes, I'm here to make sure everyone stays on freaking topic tonight.
Thank you, chat mom.
You are appreciated.
Greatly appreciated. So,
that's why I have the spray bottle next to me.
How are you gonna spray me? I'm 2,000 miles away.
She's a really good shot.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's not even a joke. We did a we did a firing like with rifles before, but not with like they're not actual rifles, but it was like laser rifles, and she kept dead on hitting the target, and I could not hit crap. So goes to show who's the sharpshooter, and it ain't me.
Huh?
So.
Sorry.
So yeah, I've already been subjected to the spray bottle today, so I'm
only once. Twice.
At least 4 times.
Twice.
No. Anyway, so let's get on to those announcements as I'm vaguely threatened with a water bottle. Yoinks away.
Just vaguely.
No.
I have removed the water bottle, so I will no longer be punished with it. So,
hooray!
Hooray! So, alright, let's talk about our friends at Talon and Claw real quick, who do wonderful wooden product for tabletop role-playing, such as dice vaults, dice trays, dice itself, dice towers, and dice and DM screens and all this, and they're just like constantly updating their shop and like coming up with new things to make for us, and it's wonderful, and they are so talented and make such good product. So check them out.
Very nice.
They're very nice. So if you want, scroll down below. Yes.
I was just going to say, like, the people who have been using them in our game have been so mysterious in how great their rolls are. It's kind of amazing. So maybe you should get some lucky dice.
Get some lucky, totally not loaded dice.
There are not loaded dice because somehow Grayson had rolled so high on his dexterity save.
That was a miracle in itself.
They're miracle dice, if I will say.
Yeah, so if you're a wizard that has a -2 dex modifier, use those dice to succeed on your dexterity saves every time. If you're a cleric that's always looking to tap into that divine power with that divine daddy of yours, use those. Divine daddy. What?
Nothing.
Daddy.
I'm talking about Farlagon.
Yeah, my daddy.
Yeah, he's divine daddy. So, just tap into that divine daddiness as you succeed on your religion checks every time you pray to them. Every time.
Look.
Every time. So
Every time.
So yeah, if you want, scroll down below on our Twitch page, and you can check out their Etsy shop and look at all the wonderful goods that they do. They offer laser engravings now, and they're also doing this cool like with the enamel, I want to say, where they paint the inside and it looks pretty.
Yes, it looks very nice. I think it's nice. Is it enamel or it's resin? I don't know, but it's very pretty.
It's probably resin, but the first thing my brain thinks of is enamel. Yeah, so if you want, check them out. We have a coupon code for you to use. You can type in the code Divine Conquer at checkout and get 10% off on your Etsy store purchase. So go give them a
It's
look.
basically free shipping,
It's
basically.
Basically, yes.
It's awesome, and I enjoy that. I buy more things if it's free shipping.
Yeah, so, all right. And Jesus says in chat that he's thinking about banning the Talon and Claw dice because everyone's always getting 19s and 20s.
They're
That's
good
cool.
dice, and they smell really nice, and they like feel nice because they're wooden.
Yeah, and they make a really
There's
nice,
something very nice about it.
a nice click clack noise as well.
They do.
I should grab
I
all
do.
my dice
I
and
do.
collect them right now.
We're not doing dice ASMR tonight. No, thank you. So, all right, moving on from that. We have a project that we're doing.
We do! Oh my god, guess what? It's only like 9 days away?
9 days away from my god.
Until we do the one shot. Yeah.
So Monday on August the 3rd, Len and I are going to be in a one shot hosted by Divine and Conquer, where we're gonna play. I'm gonna play West. Len's gonna play Alistair. Chat Mom's gonna play a character.
Yep.
Jeremiah, who's in every single game ever, is also gonna play a character. I think he has like a quota to hit. I think Jesus like contractually has him like on a quota, so he has to hit like so many games a week.
Somebody made a bet somewhere.
So yes, exactly. So, oh my god, so that's like another game Jeremiah's gonna be in, and that's, I mean, you know,
Put that on your resume, bro.
yeah, put that on your resume.
Impressive.
Oh my god, like he like, dare I call him a professional player? Because at this point he is.
Ooh.
Jeremiah is the Wolverine of DNC. He's on every team.
Correct. Jeremiah is the Wolverine of DNC. He is on every team. So
Perfect.
So for we're doing an Alistair themed one shot that's gonna be hosted by Divine and Conquer. It'll be on August the 3rd, so that's gonna be a Monday at our standard time of 7:30 Central. That's Texas time, and we're doing that to celebrate the launch of the Alistair webcomic that is going to be in the month of March, which is in the month of August, because I can't talk anymore. I'm losing my mind.
March, August, same thing. Same thing.
Listen. My brain does not want to work tonight.
I'm very concerned with the conversation that's going on chat.
I do want to say that the one shot is going to be set in the world of the comic itself.
Yes, it is. So we have been collaborating with a wonderful DM to help make this comic book world a D&D reality. So we're gonna get to explore a world that we so carefully built, and it's gonna be so much fun.
It's finally happening.
Happening.
After all this time keeping the script and our ideas under wraps for the most part, I'm happy you all are here. Have supported me and Vic throughout this entire thing, and even beforehand, and you all are wonderful. And if you want to support us, you can scroll down and join our Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Obviously, you do not have to do that, but it is a generous thing to do if you feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can join us on our Discord and hang out with us and be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys also help us with Demiplanes and Doodles and create characters and come up with ideas for this world.
Oh yes.
So you are all loved and appreciated, and you are all the best bros and sisses and anything else.
And everything in between
else.
and outside of the boundaries of everything. Yes.
The rebels. I love them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But you it's very special to us, so we're happy to have you with us.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Right.
But yes, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this episode, shall we?
How dare you throw food on me. So today's episode, not so much a Discord suggestion, but more of Len and I having a brain cell moment where we're going to talk about something that's going to make me talk a lot because I don't do that enough.
Why is everyone in chat saying Daddy DM Jesus?
Because Jesus is apparently Daddy, so...
And Jesus is apparently,
What was the daddy
Jeremiah's pimp.
restaurant?
The what?
What was the daddy restaurant?
Oh, the Dilf Buffalo Wild Wings?
That's what it was. Was it Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yes, it's the
I thought
Dilf...
it was Outback.
No, that's Tomboy Outback. So it's Dilf Buffalo Wild
That's
Wings.
right.
Jesus is the manager of that, and apparently West and Dis both work there. Because barbarians work at Dilf Buffalo Wild Wings. Wizards,
Where
druids,
working?
and wizards, druids, and bards work at Femboy Hooters.
Ah.
So, moving on.
Y'all about to start a fight in the messaging over here, guys.
All right, let's get into that demiplane.
Yes, let's transport
are.
ourselves there, please.
There we are. Welcome to the demiplane. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about food and cooking and cuisine in, tabletop and things like whether it be just fantasy cuisine or just D&D or tabletop related role plays and such. We're here to talk about it and draw about it. So,
oh no, where does stay from work? Saffron, where does he work? Yeah.
Saffron's a bard, so he's a bard, so he works at Femboy Hooters. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, he's got. I imagine him being the shaky host who's just like very uncomfortable. Let me get you a table.
He's in college. He has to make that money.
He
also wears booty shorts that say pound cake.
The sleeves. Sleeves.
But they're really puffy. That's an image I don't need to think about.
Oh my gosh. Oh. No stranger works at Denny's.
Stranger
lives in the Denny's parking lot.
He doesn't work anywhere. He just shows up at the dumpster. He just shows up at the dumpster. Right. So as I'm getting many angry DMs right now.
Oops.
I did that. Okay? I did that. The thing was done, so I'm sorry if my mic is still loud. I can try to adjust it as I go. Alright, so
you sound fine on my end.
I know you sound fine. I know you sound fine too. But I sound fine. I don't know what's happening anymore. Anyway, let's move into it. I am trying my best to move my volume down. I'm good now. Okay, I got the okay from Daddy DM. Alright.
Who's that down in the bottom corner?
That's Lynn.
Oh.
That's a Lynn. Yeah. The tiniest Lynn. Probably on several boxes just to be in frame.
I kind of look like Bongo Cat.
Oh. Yes! All your little paws.
Yay.
Alright, let me save this picture real quick. Right, so, food, as it is. I'm not clicking my Google Doc right now.
I have it up.
You have it up? What's the Google Doc say while I save this?
Just food in D&D and Pathfinder. What are the benefits? That's what it says.
Oh, yeah, I guess I did write that. So, other than staying alive in game.
Right. I feel like there's a lot of, homebrew content coming out dealing with food. A lot.
Yeah, wasn't there I know you sent me one a while ago. It had to do with a, it was a homebrew, edition where it's included, what layer is that?
Oh, yeah, that's Shenanigans Lair.
Oh, the Shenanigans Lair was hiding from me. There it is. Alright. Yeah, because it was one that was related to playing a chef or a baker as a class, if I recall.
Yeah, chef, baker, and then there was a couple other different ones that class, and you could summon food creatures, and it reminded me a lot of fighting foodons.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I have not heard that name in years, Lynn. I have not heard of
You're
that
welcome.
show in years. Oh my god.
I just remember the opening theme song where it's fighting foodons. Yeah. Good. It was good times.
I kind of want to make a character based around that now. Under the baker or chef class. What would that look like? Chat, help me out. Let's build
What
let's build a chef or a baker
Chef, okay.
D&D character.
Like that's his class?
Yeah, like that's the class. Like if chef or a baker was a class in a tabletop game, like how would you design that, I should say? I would offer.
Would you say what kind of like armor class would they be? Would they not really armor class, but like would they wear
for sure unarmored
no armor?
defense? Unarmored
would they
defense
wear
for sure.
Light or heavy?
Unarmored defense.
Think so?
Because as from my experience, well, okay. If you're gonna be in the baker class, you automatically get a resistance to heat. Or just like if you're either chef or baker, you automatically get a resistance to fire damage because you're constantly shoving your arms in ovens and over grills and grabbing things like sense. Right off the fire. Like it's fun.
Burning yourself does not sound fun.
I mean, you get used to it. Right. So
I'm trying to find that kick. See if I can.
It kind of makes me think of the if you've ever heard of or played Monster Hunter, whenever you're collecting like ingredients for food and you take them to this like little clan of cats and like all these cats like start cooking it for you and it's like the cutest thing ever. So that's like the first thing I think of for like a chef class.
Oh, that is super cute. And I think I painted that cat once. Like I painted one of the chef cats. I don't know why. I think I did though. Let me see. Dang. Where did I put that? Oh, look at him. Isn't there a little tiny cat class in, like D&D somewhere or something?
I think there is.
I think going to be.
I think it was a homebrew that I saw.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, tiny little chef cat.
Because I feel like there were like the normal ones, and then like there was like a tiny actual cat version.
I can't. Don't quote me on it, but I think there was like a tiny cat race in the Humblewood pack. Don't quote me on it.
Cute.
Don't quote me on it. And there's like a lot of cute like different races in Humblewood, but I don't know if a cat was one of them. But yeah. And he has like a giant like spatula for a weapon.
Super cute.
That actually you know what? That actually reminds me of one of my favorite mangas growing up, Ranma 1/2, where there was a character who her weapon was literally a giant metal spatula because her entire thing was like she runs like an okonomiyaki stand where she's like making like the Japanese style pizzas.
You know what I've always been super impressed with is how mochi is made.
That's
insane to see.
Hit the mochi with the mallet.
It just makes me think of the.
Oh, it's scary. Like watching them do that. Ugh. Like someone's hand's gonna get crushed.
That's a barbarian job right there. Right, yeah, so, I guess I'm gonna just doodle this little fella. Are you gonna create your own character, Lynn?
My own chef?
Yeah, your own chef. If you had to make a chef character, or, like, for a class. Perfect!
Wait.
Are you just drawing me? Is that what's happening? God, oh no, the talk about the hat.
There.
I hate it. Thanks.
There.
For the record, there needs to be more lapels in that hat.
I don't know. It looks like he has, like, very crazy looking hair.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So what? So how do you? I guess in your time playing Dungeons and Dragons or just tabletop games in general, whether it be like world building your own stuff as a DM or playing as a player character, what has your experiences been with food as it's handled in games and in your within the context of your world? Like, is there anything like specific that goes with it?
No, and I kind of wish there would be. Like, I feel like anything with food, or like in a tavern, or like that moment where you're sitting at, I think would be the perfect opportunity to either start an adventure or to like interact with your characters and have that like really good RP moment. But I feel like it never happens. It's always like, oh, I'll eat a daily ration.
Yeah,
and
that's usually how it's yeah.
It just skipped over, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's which usually is. People, I feel like it's something that, like, even though I think the difference between this is all in my opinion, because it's something that's just so taken for granted for us in our daily lives that, you know, we're always having food, we're always like experiencing some kind of meal, that we don't want to take the time to think about what it is our characters enjoy. It's just like, oh yeah, they're gonna eat, and then we're gonna go do something more interesting, like have an adventure, like we're gonna go slay a dragon, we're gonna go explore a dungeon. Who wants to take the time to sit down and like parse out what your character's eating and how it was made, or what ingredients were sourced for it, and like what the culture of it is. Like, it's something that I'm gonna say not a lot of people that I've at least spoken to have put thought into. I know recently I was in a conversation with Jesus and Jeremiah about the different D&D races and how they personally believe the food is prepared and like the culture behind it, which to me is always a fascinating talk to have, because I just like talking about food and I like talking about like culinary stuff, because I only pay a couple lots of money to be in culinary school, so just a couple lots, just a heckin' little bit, a lot of money to go to culinary school. Because I'm trying to get my colors selected.
Like Pathfinder orcs going for the absolute spiciest food?
Whoa! Layer check. Because I'm
on the sketch layer.
Cool, I wasn't. This is why.
Bro, that culinary school costs, though.
Oh god, so much cost. Much cost.
I feel like maybe like where it's sourced and like that kind of talk, I can definitely see someone who's not into culinary kind of wouldn't care.
Right.
Just
like,
saying.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think that the idea of sitting down and having food together is what's more appealing. Like the talks while you eat, not necessarily like the food itself.
Yeah.
Which is why I feel like that's why a lot of adventures start in a tavern when people are eating food.
Yeah.
Everyone's chill.
It's chill. Everybody's resting, relaxing. You're kind of easing your way into what this world is that you're being introduced to. But no, yeah. I don't know. I've always been kind of like, when it comes to, I guess, world building, I always think about, but that's just my brain. I just think about like the culture of the food, how it's being made, where it's coming from, because that's always so fascinating to me. Because if it's like, all right, so what's like, for instance, let's take let's chat mention Pathfinder orcs going for absolutely spiciest food. So it's like a like for instance, I know Jesus and I were talking about dwarven style food. What kind of food do you what kind of food culture's food do you mimic off of to replicate, like, what do you think dwarves enjoy in the context of your own game, in the context of your own like thoughts and opinions and etc. And initially, my opinion was that it was kind of leaning more towards French technique because of how meticulous and heavily packed with different ingredients these dishes were. There'd be like a list of like 100 different ingredients to make up one tiny dish, and that just seemed like a very dwarven thing to me because they're very focused and very meticulous in how their items and like weapons and armor are crafted. So they're very detail oriented in that. And so I was thinking that their food in itself would be very detail oriented, and that they're putting so much thought into what the ingredient is, and like basically combining it all down into something completely different. And and Jesus had like a completely different idea, and that was dwarven food mimicked Mexican culture, Mexican indigenous Azteca culture, where a lot of it is made in like these little stone these little stone like oven things where you can cook the food inside. I forgot the word.
Yeah.
There's another word for it. It's also in Indian cuisine as well, where you put it in the thing.
The tahine?
Is it a tahine? I don't know.
Thing?
I can't remember because my brain does not want to work today, and I sometimes forget words. It's like in my head I know what it is, but I'm just like it's like hold on.
This thing? Vic? Vic.
My brush stopped working. Yes.
That's North African? Moroccan.
Okay.
This is
no,
more
but
of a
there's
Moroccan style thing.
now I'm thinking of something else too.
Moroccan cuisine uses tahines.
I know. I know, but there's you know what? I'm probably thinking of the bread making ovens. That's what I'm thinking of. There's if you look on like look up like bread making for that, and that's probably what I'm thinking of in this moment. Okay.
I always thought, to me, dwarven food was very German.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
Just because it's, hearty, hearty German food. Also, that's really like popular around where I live. Like, there's like a very large German community here, so I don't know. I just feel like that's something that fits with dwarves. Maybe it's just like the preconceived idea, because I always think like, dwarves would have like a German style food, heavy with meats and things like that,
meats and
like
potatoes
to share.
Yes.
And
It's a cloche.
A cloche? Wait.
CLOCHE.
Wait, hold on. Okay. My brain's going somewhere like entirely left field on that. Hold please.
It's called a bread cloche. Ah, my goodness.
Don't do that. No yawning here.
I am so sorry.
No, you're fine.
illegal.
Illegal. Stop it right now.
What's another thing? In the games I've always played, I guess it kind of centered around that, but it also, Elvish food and elves in general always had a French accent. Always. That's not the games that I've DM'd. That's just the ones I've played.
Yeah,
so.
I've noticed that's a frequent thing. Even when I was DMing for some first time players, one of the player played a high elf, and her go-to thing was to give the elf a French accent when she was talking.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think the argument that I saw at least once upon a time on the internet was people say that elves. I think it might have to do with Lord of the Rings in the sense of design and style, because it's a very Art Nouveau looking, and dwarves are very Art Deco. That's the argument that I saw at one point. And I'm like, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you read the Silmarillion, and
elves are cursed.
Elves are assholes.
I'm giving like these little harem pants. There's little itty bitty paws.
Little beans.
Tiniest little beans.
Why would you ever read the Silmarillion? I thought I would never enjoy it, but hey, the history behind it's actually pretty interesting. I didn't think it was that dry. It was fun. To me, anyways.
Right, so... as I'm drawing the spatula. But no, yeah, I've noticed that that's, like, kind of a go-to thing where elves are very, like, French in culture. And I think the one that I've mentioned before, at least on a reroll podcast, was in a D&D club, somebody used... Hold on. Nope, I'm straight up a dumbass. I didn't layer check myself. I thought I was on the... I thought I sketched on the line layer. I sketched on the shenanigans layer, and I also lined on the shenanigans layer, so that's where my life's at right now.
Oh, no.
Bro.
It's
One of those days.
He's concerned.
He's not concerned. He's just being... Cat, move. No.
There.
That's where my life's at. So... yeah. So one day.
Actually, I'm gonna send you a thing real fast.
Oh no.
And I want to get your opinion on it. Hold on.
Okay.
I think people seem to think French equal noble.
Oh yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, because they see elves as like very much high nobility. Where are my backwoods elves at? Those are my favorite.
The backwoods elves.
Yes.
You mean
Eerie.
Oh God. He is. Oh God, he is, isn't he?
Don't deny it. He is. I know his backstory, but it's like he's very backwoods in personality.
His family are totally backwoods, and someone else does not like that.
Oh.
But I was gonna say Aaron from the high school AU. He was a backwoods elf.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I see that.
Let me send you the thing real fast so
Alright,
you
send
can
me
look
the
at
thing.
it with your eyeballs.
Eyeballs. I have those, apparently. Even though I don't know how to
Do
use
you?
them to read my line layers.
Just layer
Line
check.
layers are just a figment, bro. There we go. I want to get your opinion on this.
Alright, as I wait for Lynn to send me a thing.
I sent you the thing.
You sent me the thing?
German dwarf.
It's
not-
engineering.
Oh!
It's there you go.
Oh, I didn't get a direct thing. Oh! Yes, I like this. I'm gonna click it.
Thoughts.
Let me open it
Probably
real quick.
we should probably tell everyone what we're talking about.
Okay, so Lynn's sending me a link to, and I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it at this point. It's made its rounds through Imgur and
Yes.
Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
And it's basically somebody created various what various trail rations would look like for RPG races. So we're gonna look through that real
I'll
quick.
put it in the. I'm gonna put it in the bro chat real fast in the Demiplanes.
All right, in the
thing.
Demiplanes? Yeah, go for it. For those of you that are in the Alistair Discord.
You can know what the heckums we're talking about.
Yeah, so you can all take a look at it and give us your opinions, bro. As I'm gonna look through it, and this will be fun. Let's see. But yeah, no, as I'm reading through chat, yeah, it looks, the default seems to be dwarves are at least German in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least that's how people tend to perceive them whenever they're role-playing. And
It's why do you think that is though? Like, I feel like it's a very common thing.
I'm gonna say because dwarves in themselves are engineers and builders, so normally the first thing you think of is German engineering. Or at least that's what my brain does. My brain says, they're building stuff. They're engineers.
I just think of I think of their language being like German sounding as well.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. I've never had like a fixed. I guess I've never had like a fixed culture for dwarves myself. I've just whatever region they live in. That's kind of the culture and the dialect they adopt, depending on like where they are in the world. then again, like right now, the only game I have running is off the Sword Coast, and the Sword Coast in itself, it's initially it was dwarven founded, but then everybody moved in on it, and the dwarves were like, well, fuck you guys. But I guess just I treat the Sword Coast as a very eclectic kind of region, so there's just a little bit of everything there. Depending on where you go.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so
Of course.
let me look through the thing. Alright, so various trail rations for RPG races. Let's see. So just the universal trail rations. That bread looks way too soft for a trail ration, in my opinion. That looks like a ciabatta. Kind of. It's got a weird crust.
The guy's working with what he's got, okay?
No, I know. I'm just looking at it and I'm like, that looks like a very hydrated bread. Okay.
Judgy.
I'm just making...
Here we go again. And I don't have my spray bottle because it was put out of my reach.
I'll just clock out for the night and y'all can do this. Apparently, I'm a little too much when I talk about food.
No, I love it. It's so funny.
Okay.
It's amazing.
So, universal trail rations, we have a homemade artisan herbal bread, homegrown and dried apples and prunes, uncured beef sausage, Munster cheese, made a small bag of cheesecloth and tied it closed.
What? How long would something last in cheesecloth?
Cheesecloth is very porous, so not very long.
No, not at all.
I mean,
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was just like, ugh.
It's very porous. I'm iffy on the sausage because usually my first thought when it comes to trail rations is you're gonna dry your meat out and it's gonna be like, because this is uncured sausage.
Are you sure? Did
Yeah.
It says uncured.
Oh, why
That's
would
gonna-
you do... No.
It's uncured, so I'm like,
That's
no.
gonna get gross.
That's gonna get really gross and it's gonna smell really bad. If you're, especially, I would say if it's like a trail bag for like maybe a day's journey, sure, that's good.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. Yeah, do that. But
Yeah, same with the Munster cheese. That's not going to last
that
long
Munster
either.
cheese is gonna get really sweaty, and that's what concerns
No one
me.
likes sweaty cheese.
Nobody likes sweaty cheese. That's why you gotta pick a hard cheese, and you gotta make sure that shit's wrapped.
Yep.
No, but in my opinion,
Oh my goodness. Boisterous Bard. Half orcs and bread. Sure, orcs and bread.
bread is bread. Oh yeah, we can talk about what kind of breads the various races makes. I have opinions on that.
What's with the cheesecloth? Why is everything wrapped in cheesecloth?
That's not. I mean, I certainly wouldn't.
It's
do that.
aesthetic, isn't it?
It's
I think
aesthetic.
it's
It's
aesthetic,
100%
yeah.
aesthetic. I'm like, cheesecloth is used for straining. First and foremost, it's used for straining.
God, it's like those like super hipster like
It's like when
places where they're like,
they're trying to wrap.
you're gonna
everything
order
in
something
burlap.
and they like present it to you on like an old like notebook or something, like something stupid.
God,
And you're
I've
just like,
seen those.
Oh
why?
god, I know what you're talking about. The
Yeah,
barbed
no.
wire.
I'm going to present to I'm gonna give you your mac and cheese, but it's going to be suspended along some Christmas lights
On a
or
shingle?
some shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw something like that, only someone put like food on like a barbed wire, and I was like, why?
Aesthetic. You're
It's
paying
That's
for
for
not
the
the
aesthetic
experience.
when you're
Instagram.
just putting something on barbed wire.
It's for the Instagram.
That's all it's for. It's for the Instagrams.
Right. So I mean, and typically for me, whenever I think of trail rations, it's always going to be a lean bread, like a lean hard bread that could survive a journey more than a week. Something hardtack in a way. You'd also want like a hard cheese, like a really hard cheese. Definitely, like the dried fruits are on point, because those will last you a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But for the meat, I would say definitely a dried or cured meat. So like some type of usually jerky is like the easiest
Jerky?
thing to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a jerky, hard cheese. I would probably also throw in like nuts as well for that kind of extra protein crunch.
Yep.
So let's scroll through again. So we have dwarf. So dwarf rations look like, oh, I see some morel mushrooms in there.
Yeah.
So there is a garlic chicken livers. Hold up. I think at this point they're just making a standard, like what a standard meal spread looks like for a race instead of just a ration.
Yeah.
Because some of these rations don't look like they'll survive very long. So garlic chicken livers, smoked and peppered cheese, spiced pork sausage, hardtack, dried vegetables, and dried wild mushrooms.
The dried wild mushrooms, that's
earthy.
It's very earthy and very dry.
Hey, let Addy live. Let him enjoy his mushrooms.
God, he loves mushrooms.
I know he loves mushrooms.
He just...
Cole knows this.
Loves his mushrooms.
Eh.
That looks like something he would eat, but he's got to have like his little stash of tea. His tea leaves that he crunches on. What the heck?
It's Addy with a mushroom.
Nom.
Wait, you can't forget his barnacle friend. There we go. That barnacle is very important to me.
There.
I approve of the drow selection.
Of the drow selection?
I guess.
Let me scroll through that. Boisterous Bart says I approve of the drow selection. Let me look at that, actually. I'm going to scroll down.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I'm going to scoot on down to the drow. All right,
I love how there's just like a random amethyst gemstone just hanging out.
Gothic. Yeah, because all drow like to crunch on some amethyst gemstone, right, Jonva? Healthy helping of minerals.
It's rock candy.
It's rock. Let's see. So black truffle, Roth cheese, moss snails, blind cavefish caviar, and mushroom caps. That's 100. Those are 100-year-old eggs.
Ew!
Yeah, century eggs is what they're called.
I mean that makes sense. Okay. I have an honest question because I always get confused. Like, I know how like curing meats work, or like you leave something out and it'll rot and you can eat it. How do you know if it's safe to eat or not? Is it literally just being like some guy ate it and he's fine?
It's, yeah. I mean, it's fermentation's always fun because it's like you want it nasty, but the right kind of nasty.
Like just the right kind of nasty.
Just the right kind of nasty.
There's like a like the meat place that we go to that is in our store that's here, like the international market that we have here in Ohio. They have like a little area that you can see the meat in like a big case, and it's just molding. Kind of. Yeah. I think it's molding. It's getting gross. It looks like it's gross. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing to it, but I hate looking at it every time I go.
Yeah,
they also have the world's biggest cheese wheel.
Oh my god, that's how big is that cheese wheel?
I think it's like 20 some feet. I think.
Oh my god!
Like
20 what feet?
I think so. Like I'll have to look it. I'll have to look it up now.
So it's like.
But it's called the Big Cheese.
And you're like right here.
Hold on.
Like,
yeah. Well, no. It's vertical. It's like a wheel, but it goes straight up. So it's not as big as me. It's like this, like that.
Oh,
like
that's an interesting way to make that cheese.
Huh.
It's on a big wheel. Hold on, I'll see if I get a picture of it.
So it's as long as Grayson's leg, you say?
Yes.
Perfect. Good to know. All right.
Cheese wheel.
Wheel.
But it's called the Big Cheese, and they like you can go and like get a slice of it, but you have to like wait until it's done, and it's like a big event.
It's a big event. Oh my god. Yeah.
Welcome to
yeah.
Kentucky. I'll
Yeah.
here. I'll put it in Demiplanes and Doodles so everyone can look at this giant thing of cheese.
Nice.
Please enjoy.
I need to look at this.
But it's basically, for those who can't be on the Discord, it's in like a case that looks like this. It's like a big wooden box, and at the top it says like the big cheese, and like inside I don't know what they're doing to it. I don't know why it's in there, but like it's just like this giant like vertical thing of cheese that's like sectioned out, and like it's on like a little spinny thingy, and like behind it has like these shelves that have more cheese on it. Yes, and that's me down there for size reference. They actually have a sign of like one of those like characters like this where it's like, and I don't fit under it. Like, well, I do fit under it. Like, I'm not tall enough.
You're not tall enough to enjoy the cheese.
I'm not.
Lynn, no.
I'm not a big cheese.
You're not a big cheese. Hold on, let me draw that a little better.
I think it's like a little alligator or something, but
That is a ridiculous amount of cheddar.
Tabitha just looked it up.
That is such a ridiculous amount of cheddar. That's so ridiculous.
Poor Lynn.
I'm fine with my mediocre...
Oh no!
I'm fine with my mediocre Parmesan wheels. Thank you very much.
The place is cool. They've got like quail eggs, and you can buy ostrich eggs and kinds of like
nice.
My God. All right.
Things. Like they've got a lot of exotic food, and it's
Yeah.
Anywho, let's go back to the drow food because I want to keep looking.
Yeah, so it's from what I'm seeing, it's I see caviar, I see truffle, I see the century egg, black velvet ear fungus. Interesting. Black fungus.
Ew.
So it's
I do like the idea of escargot being a thing.
Oh yeah, because you're in caves, so
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
obviously be like for instance, I know in the Sacred World campaign that Jesus runs on Fridays. When we were in our first foray into the Underdark, our second one is not as fun. We encountered a drow city, and in that drow city, we were taken into one of the houses, and we were treated to a meal because we had to gain favor. We had to do a job that nobody else wanted to do. So they're like, "Hey, you non-Underdark losers, get over here. You're gonna kill some people for us, and you have no say in this. Otherwise, we'll kill you." So anyway, have this nice dinner, and then you can be on your way. And essentially it was this really interesting... I'm trying to remember everything that was in it. I know there was, like, bugs, essentially, like these giant bugs that kind of had the texture of essentially shellfish.
Yeah.
Ew.
I mean,
that's
know
essentially
one
what
of
they
the
are.
things that they had and what was considered a delicacy was the salad.
Was it, like, roots and...
No, there was, like... I think... There was actually a point where there were, like, a little bit of, like, green vegetation, but that was, like...
That's, like, the truffle of the world.
The truffle of...
Can you imagine living in a society... Like, it's essentially flipped in the society where we rever truffle as, like, the top dollar of food item. And you go and you flip it around, you go into a drow society, and truffle is just every day you can get it for, like, a copper. But a green salad, holy shit, we're gonna upsell that by, like, 500 gold. We're gonna sprinkle some basil on top, and it's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah,
they just like chiffonade some basil on top, like we would shave like a truffle.
You right though.
That's
fun to think about though. That's really fun to think about. And I mean,
I think that kind of stuff needs to be. Like, I think that's like a fun detail.
Yeah,
where, like if you go into a tavern, it's like this bit of like cabbage is like 200 gold. Have fun.
Oh my god! Don't talk about cabbage in taverns. Calrabal will hear you.
As I go to the Discord and not the Discord. As I go to the Twitch and just wait.
Yeah, just wait for him.
Cabbage.
That's always a fun story. Alright.
Say
let-
cabbage 3 times and... there he is!
He's here!
Say the word cabbage 3 times and Carabao will appear.
Alright,
Do you think,
Yes.
do you think, like, monsters, like, I don't think have their own cuisine, but I mean more of, like, I feel like I don't see that often where it's, like, a monster meat would show up.
Like a...
Like a, what is that monster that's like a giant chicken?
A cockatrice?
See what I'm talking about? Yes. Like, I feel like I don't see monsters on the menu ever.
Alright, let's talk about that.
It's always just like, it's always like cow or pig or chicken. Like, but it's all like standard. Like, get creative with like bugs. Eat some bugs. Eat some stuff.
I mean,
but I feel like monsters would never make that list, which is a shame because I think that would be fun.
I mean, we could talk about that. Alright, we done with this? Because I can save it and then...
Yeah.
Bop it off. Okay. Save. Burp. And... let's do away with my mistakes.
Do away.
Get out of here. Mistakes. Alright. Alright, what's next on the menu? So I immediately move my butt to sketch layer.
Let me double check. Are you on sketch layer?
I am on sketch layer, thank you.
Double, triple check.
I'm on sketch layer.
What do you think the best class is for cooking?
For cooking? I'm biased,
Yes.
and I will say barbarian.
I think druids are. They know the earth. They know how to handle the food. That's my guess.
I mean, yeah, and technically you know the meat.
Know the meat.
You know, I mean, hey, you
probably talked to it.
You've talked to it, you know where it's been.
Quite a bit.
Like,
Yeah.
You know where it's been. That's definitely one way to look at it.
Why is that like a... What? How come I'm getting like a weird paint brush thing happening?
Oh, that's wild. How'd you do that?
I don't know.
Wait, I think I know what brush that is.
It's cool looking, but it's not what I wanted. What this one? Nope. Give me the pen pressure brush. Nope.
Nope.
Wow, that was helpful. Let's try this again. Is it? No? Oh, it's the spacing. That's what that is. I don't know how to work this program.
Yeah, it's a struggle every day.
That's fine. I was talking about myself. I don't know how to work this program.
I don't think we'll ever learn how to work this program.
Pickle Prawn says, ask a Drew about seasoning and non-kill stuff like picking berries and ask a ranger about meat and whatnot. That is a good point.
Yeah.
I think ranger, people automatically assume hunter. And I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, it's essentially, they're very, I mean, they're always notorious for, you know, being really high on their survival checks and their tracking. So it in a way, it makes sense. As I draw this good barbarian boy. I'm gonna expand this.
Is that
Expand
chef
us.
stuff? No one cooks like that stuff.
Excuse me! Oh, wow. I found all of our mess down here. Whoops. Let me get rid of that.
Oh no.
Suddenly it was
Whoopsies.
exposed.
Oh no.
I was like, suddenly our mess was exposed. How did that happen? Get out of here. Alright, let me move him a little bit down. Excuse me. Rude. My select tool does not want to work. There we go. Hello, who are you drawing there?
No one.
Well, come on.
I put his hair back.
Ooh, oh.
No, I like him better with his hair back. We'll do that. He's gonna have his hair
Picklepon
pulled
said,
back
if
and
you
look
combine,
fancy.
if you combine burning hands and gust of wind, is that a convection oven?
Yes!
Oh, Lord.
Yes, it is. Technically it is.
Goodness.
Oh, man. I'm now thinking about how convenient magic would just make everything in cooking. Like, I think in the tavern roleplay that we have in the Discord, I had Xavier, who's a tiefling eldritch knight who retired. He's the chef, for those that aren't in on this. He's the chef at this tavern that we've established for people to come roleplay at. And I had him kind of lament about how, because he's a tiefling, he's very hot-natured, so when he touches things, they get warm very fast because he has warm hands. So when working with pastry dough, that's a goddamn curse. So using prestidigitation. See what I did there? Prestidigitation to cast to chill the dough so that he could keep working with it longer was a trick of his that he learned. And I'm just thinking about it, and I'm like, God, that'd make my life easier. Matt, try rolling out pastry dough in the middle of Texas summer heat. That's the worst.
Prestidigitation equals spice rack. A warlock and a sorcerer invented fast food, and pickled prawn said prestidigitation. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
I think cockatrices love it.
Yep.
Wait, what about cockatrices?
Grayson would be the worst cook. My poor wizard.
Yeah, as confirmed in our welcome screen, Grayson is not the best of cooks.
He does his best.
He did his best once, just to, for his family, and then he decided, you know what? This is not for me. I'm going to learn Unseen Servant.
I'm going to learn it's because, like, somewhere in the recipe it was like, oh, you need to knead this with your hands. And he's like, no.
You need to mix by hand. No.
He also could use Spectral Hand, whatever the long-range touch spell is.
Grayson could be using his magic for other things. He'd rather
Lynn, please.
Not. What? I said nothing.
You said other things. We all know what that means.
Studying and reading the good book.
Which book?
Grayson, I didn't realize your isolation had turned you into a man of faith.
He needs to have some faith with what he has to deal with.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Lord, for this meal I'm about to receive. I'm very upset that my brush doesn't have a taper in it. I'm gonna leave this session and then come back and see if that fixes it.
Okay, I'll miss you.
I'm not sorry for what I sent you, Lynn.
Oh no.
Oh.
Do I want to know?
She showed it to me first, so
Yes, correct.
As Jeremiah said in chat, for Grayson reading the good book, aka the Karma Sutra.
He doesn't need that. He can.
I think he wrote that.
You know what? We're not gonna. I was gonna mention his one of his spells, but you know what? We're not gonna go.
That's another. That's a Discord exclusive stream that we can't put on Twitch.
Phoebe
I wouldn't
uses
think about it.
prestidigitation to make wine taste like chalky milk.
Yeah, not his own wine, though. He'll do it to mess with the local wizard, that's for sure.
Leave Arlen alone.
Well, I feel like Arlen's the only one that would take that in good fun. Everybody else would get mad at Phoebus. That's my honest opinion. Phoebus would, like, do one little prank, and they'll be like, God, you're such an asshole, Phoebus. And he'll be like, alright, fine, I'm done with that. I feel like Arlen would be like, hey.
Shayshlin would keep drinking and not know the difference.
Exactly. But like, Arlen would just be like, hey, you little shit.
Pickled Prawn says, subscribe on Patreon for extra Graysons.
Yes.
Rancor would be laughing his ass off.
Aw, that makes me happy. Thank you, Rancor.
Get the zest here for all the zesty art.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Our highest tier on Patreon is.
Yep. And we're not joking.
Yeah, we're not. Oh my god, Lynn, I just realized it's the end of July.
Yep.
Heck.
Heck.
We have to, yeah.
We have to do that thing.
We have to do that thing that
we do.
that involves a Patreon tier that we do at the end of every month. I like drawing West in just an apron. Like, that's the only acceptable form of clothing that he'll wear.
Arlen goes upstairs and Barlin comes down to finish the drink.
Oh my god. Yes. I'm for that.
Perfect.
I'm glad I didn't get a chance to meet Barlin the other night. I feel like it'll be too soon. There you go. Here's the good boy.
There. Grayson is just... He's just like, I'm going to hire someone to do this from now on.
I'm gonna just hire somebody to do all of my cooking. And then you end up with a son that loves it. Go figure.
Perfect. What's next on our thing? We kind of already went over this, which was what style do you see for which race? We kind of went over that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's always a continuing conversation that people can chime in on, like which cultures and which cuisine styles do you see for other races? Like, you can feel free to always chime in on that.
Well, I mean, if I want to...
It's fun to think about.
I don't know if you want me to...
What's up? You're right here. What's up?
Well, no, because it's like... Well, I mean, obviously, like, with the whole thing, like, the headcanon I have for Cole.
Oh yeah, you told me about that earlier.
Yeah. But that all just comes from the culture of where he pretty much came from.
Yeah, makes sense. Which we're not going to mention on stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or are we? Did you want to talk about Cole?
What, just the most that pretty much from what I'm getting it for the culture with him would have just been a ton of spice markets.
Oh yeah.
So he's used to, like, just different spices. He liked the curries.
Wow.
Aw, that's so cute.
And then
He likes
when
mushrooms.
And then when... Yes! And at the same time, he also likes his charcuterie, too, if he wants to be a bit bougie.
There we go. My chef barbarian boy. Which is funny, because it wasn't actually an intentional thing for me to do for West. He, when I first made him for Sacred World, I didn't intend for him to have an affinity to cooking. It just was a thing that I guess I rolled with naturally, me, Vic. So when it was, because I think it was when we, it's when we were first journeying together in Sacred World, and we hit like that point where it was like super like freezing and wintry, and there was the chance of us dying.
Uh-huh.
And West just
Fun.
kind of took it upon himself to be the person that's like, I'm going to go out and forage for stuff, and I'm gonna make food for people. And so I just kind of rolled with it. And now he's a cook. And I think that's adorable.
It's cute.
Yeah.
I think it fits him very well.
Yeah, he went out of his way. He found a deer.
Yeah. He made a stew for everyone.
Yeah, and my girl Oria prayed to Obadai.
Oh, good old Obadai. I miss that guy.
And then he,
I miss Obadai. I'm just gonna say it. I miss him.
I feel like everybody's just like, I miss Oria.
I mean, Wes does miss Oria. It's unspoken in the game, but in my head, he every night before he goes to sleep, he pulls out the rock and he listens to it before going to sleep.
Don't hurt my heart.
It's like I don't say it in game, but that in my head, that's what he's doing. So thought you should know that. Hyland, what you doing down there?
Me?
I'm trying to figure out what's happening.
Help.
Yeah, that's me.
There. Yes.
You
I feel like, wait, I feel like you need to, like...
Oh my god. I appreciate
Hello.
the facial hair.
Yes.
Yes, you're doing it. Perfect.
Oh my god. Jesus. So picture this. Dis cannot handle spices. As his true race, they don't eat. So he never builds a tolerance. He eats a jalapeno and rages and yells at the cooks and threatens their lives.
That is the best fucking character lore I have ever received in my life. Thank you for the good food. That makes me so happy to hear. Now I gotta draw a disc getting pissed at a jalapeno.
Yes.
Yells
Can you
at
just
it.
be yelling at it? Yeah, like holding
It's like
it and yelling at
it's
it.
like opposite of like the cats getting scared of the cucumber.
No, I know exactly what to draw. I know
Grayson-
exactly what to draw.
Grayson puts a jalapeno pepper on the floor. Watch him freeze.
It's like the equivalent of a cat and a cucumber.
That's what I just said.
Yes.
I love it.
Like puppies
It's
barking
perfect.
at lemons is what Pickle Pro
Oh my
said.
god, yes. Actually, I have an image in my head and I need to draw it, so it's gonna happen. Let me save this real quick.
Speaking of just like memes and like videos, have you guys seen the video of like the guy with his little dog and he's just like, petting your dog like releases like a chemical there, and it's like the dog is just attacking his hands as he's petting him.
Yes.
That's how I imagine that's their relationship.
Oh my god. Perfect.
Thank you. Now I want to watch that video.
Oh my god.
When you pet your dog. I'm excited for this drawing, I'm not gonna lie. We'll move on. The next point topic thing that you have on our doc says Chef Feat in all caps, and I don't know what that means.
Okay, it's the Unearthed Arcana. So, recently there was an Unearthed Arcana that was released. One of them, it had to do with feats, and one of them is a feat called Chef. And I want it for West so bad. I don't have the notes for it in front of me, but essentially it boosts your Constitution by 1. You're able to make meals that sustain your party, and I think it helps them like replenish themselves. Like you make meals that are actually healing, and and I think you also get like advantage on like poison or some shit. You have like a hardiness to you where you can't fucking die while eating bad food, and that just is the most West thing in my opinion.
So would they be susceptible to like poison food? Like I wonder if they like how like you can check for traps. Can you check for poison food?
That I don't know because I haven't.
That would be super cool.
That would be super cool. have to draw Grayson first because
I know we had a
I know when
situation
I
like
draw
that in
Dis, he's usually
Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Oh yeah, with the dinner.
Yeah, like I feel like that would be a skill that would be something a chef could figure out if something was poisoned or tampered with. This is an unsafe temperature. Smacks the bowl out of someone's hand. The look of disgust. And
You good, fam? I have to draw Grayson first because I know I draw Dis as the biggest motherfucker in the room, so there'd be no room for Grayson when I'm done with Dis. And I gotta think about how to draw this face. Get up there, you giant motherfucker.
I was gonna say he's pretty low. There we go.
There it is. There he's. You giant motherfucker. Literally, you all get to watch me like think while I'm drawing, so this is always a thing.
The next point in here is Vic is gonna rant a lot about characters' favorite food.
I that was a warning.
Yes.
Because it's like, we're going to hit a topic, we're going to hit a point, and then I'm just going to go off, and I'm not going to stop. And then you're going to be like, Vic, shut the fuck up.
Remember we had that one episode where we just went off and talked about how to make pizza dough for like 20 minutes?
Full disclosure, I was completely shit-faced in that episode.
That was a fun episode.
Like, full disclosure, because I'm pretty sure those that were involved in that, we were taking shots every time we fucked up on a layer or something. Or we fucked up.
It was every time someone said bro.
Every time someone said bro. So, naturally, a lot of alcohol was had. And by the time that I was talking about pizza dough, I was completely fucking
It was a good time.
shit-faced.
It was funny.
That was fan-fucking-tastic.
Someone mentioned pizza dough, and you made some mental pizza dough, bro.
I made pizza dough. Okay, god damn it, I'm thinking. I'm just gonna like this face is what I'm going to do.
Wait, I'm gonna see if I can. Oh no!
You good fam. Oh no.
He's not having a good time.
That's just yes. Yes.
Oh,
When you eat that pepper and you're like,
You die. I love it.
He's just
Abyssal booger's probably acidic.
Yeah, it's probably acidic for sure.
let me see if I can. I'm gonna try to make something over here in my little tiny corner.
Alright. If you need more canvas, let me know and I will give it to you.
Meanwhile,
Expand.
Cole just sits there and eats a freaking habanero and flips everybody off. Excuse me, a serrano. Something. Some hot ass pepper.
Excuse me while I
You're gonna try.
What happens if I don't look at what I'm doing?
Excuse me, hold on. I gotta look at what exactly type of a pepper.
Sorry, I had to draw this really quick because it's funny to me.
What do you?
This will make
See,
absolutely no
ghost
sense
pepper
to
like
anybody who
nothing.
didn't watch the Sacred World episode last night, but this is... That one was specifically for Tabitha.
Oh, good.
One day I'll do a full render of that. Colt is 100% the cat, that knife cat.
Just gone quiet.
Yes.
We're so
Focused.
into it. We did the favorite foods of the cast of Alistair. What is Dis's favorite food? Or is he not allowed? He's not allowed.
He's not allowed. So I'm gonna assume. I mean, well, I'm gonna say in hell it's not allowed, but in the mortal plane, Jesus, what is Dis's favorite food? And don't fucking say rum.
Or any sort of alcohol.
Don't say any sort of alcohol. It has to be an actual food item. And don't say beer nuts either. I'm watching you.
He's a vegetarian, right?
I conceptualized him as a vegetarian. That's for sure. I don't know if he actually is, but I just kind of did that as an homage to the guy who created him, who is a vegetarian. So that was me playing off of Jesus. And it was like, and for me, it was just like a small like observation, because it's like, oh, he's stuck in the cellar and surrounded by rotting meat. That is a fucking horrible thing.
That's not fun.
No, it's not. So it's yeah.
Oh, Jesus, sent me that.
It's up to interpretation. I'm pretty sure it was like something that was up to interpretation. So I interpreted it a specific way. So I just...
But yeah, we did the favorite foods of the cast of Alistair. We had.
Alistair's was my favorite one to write. I'm just gonna say that right now.
So we had Sister Sarah, who is Alistair's mentor. Hers was. Do you remember what it was?
It was a Canelé.
As Jesus just mentioned, well, he can eat the Big Daddy gave him permission.
He can eat. Big Daddy gave him permission. What's his favorite food? Vegetarian. Nice.
That's super cute.
I love that. That's very good. Ash is going to bed. Good night, Ash. Thank you for joining us.
Night, Ash. So what is a canelé?
He will not eat it. Canelé is a baked custard that is made in the most... I'm not going to say it's the most pretentious way, but it's very traditional in how it's made. And it is a baked custard that is essentially poured into a copper mold that's lined with beeswax.
Well, that's fancy.
Yeah, it's really fancy. It's so good, too. Like, if you've ever had a warm canelé, oh my god, that is like heaven on earth.
Do you want to tell everyone why that is their favorite?
What?
And so do we want to tell everyone why their favorite foods are their favorite foods? We kind of did last week, I think.
Yeah,
it kind of represents them in a like their personality, I guess, ish.
Vic, I guess, on the topic of the canelé,
yes.
Pickle Prawn said like a panna cotta but fancier.
Not necessarily like a panna cotta, since... well, okay. I can't for sure say I'm an expert on canelés because I never technically made one. I was just in class while it was being made, so that was not on my production list. I know it's a baked custard. I don't know if it's... No, actually, it would not be. Excuse me. Okay, so kind of not like a panna cotta, since panna cotta is essentially... it is cream set with gelatin. Canelé is... I think it's just like a baked pastry custard.
Pickle Prawn, one is boiled milk, the other is custard?
Yes. One is boiled, one is baked. Because panna cotta is not baked.
There. I wrote down everyone's favorite food. Oh wait, we gotta have what was his?
Foie gras, because he's an asshole.
Oh, that's right.
Who likes foie gras?
Foie gras.
Foie gras.
Foie gras.
Who likes that?
It's Augie's favorite food. You know how it's like you make a character specifically to be kind of like a jerk?
Ugh.
So you're like, what makes this person a jerk? Foie gras. Fuck you. Fuck that guy.
Foie gras. F you. I am trying to think of what Grayson's favorite food would be.
What would Grayson's favorite food be?
And Addie's, and I have Wes.
Chicken nuggets.
If you can make a good synthetic
Fried nuggets of chicken.
foie gras, I'm sure it would be fine.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, because essentially foie gras is just the nature of how it's made. So,
Which is messed up.
which is fucked up. Yeah, it's because
Whatever doesn't involve abusing duckos.
Yes, exactly. If I were to do a if I'm because I'm thinking about it and I'm like, because foie gras, essentially with all French dishes, it is what it is because of the method it was made. So if you make it in any other method, then it isn't what it is. Because French cuisine's pretentious like that. Unfortunately, it's very set in tradition. And
Case in point, look at bunting. But anyways, we're not gonna
talk about that one.
No.
That's not. No, I'm gonna cut that conversation off.
Before we had to mention that one.
Yeah,
so.
we're gonna cut that conversation off before we move into a completely different tangent that I don't want to talk about.
Yes.
So I'm gonna yield that one in.
You're just like, nope.
I mean, if I was gonna make anything close to that consistency and also make it vegan, definitely, I would think like with some kind of lentil pureed down and made into almost like a pate.
Yeah.
That's in my way how I would see about making it. Then again, I don't like liver, so if you make it into the consistency of liver, I personally will not like it, or at least a pureed liver. But yeah, I would pate some lentils.
To me, liver's just got to be something that you either
it's an acquired taste.
It's
an acquired taste.
Yeah.
I don't wish to acquire it at any point. It's just something I'm not for.
Oh, Lynn.
What did Lynn You got to put up that image of Grayson eating his favorite snack.
I don't have it on my computer. But yes, we'll just leave that be. What is Phoebus' favorite food?
Oh, it's pierogies. He likes potato stuffed dumplings. So I pierogi is what his favorite food is.
He would. What about Sybil?
You know, I never gave much thought to Sybil's. I still need to build her a little bit more as a character. Because I never actually put her profile up on the Discord.
Okay, what is Xavier's?
Xavier, like it's on the bio. I know it. He I think I kind of modeled him after myself in the sense of I fucking love ramen and I love noodle soups with hearty broths and meats. So he will eat the
ramen.
crap out of those. Yes, it's ramen. Just put ramen.
It's ramen.
Ramen.
Here, I left you a gift up above.
Ass is Grayson's favorite food. Fox, Grayson wants to eat Spud.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
If I had to give Grayson a favorite food, an actual food,
like an actual food, like what's something you think he would? Usually, when I think of favorite foods, I think of comfort foods. So, what do you think is something he'd find comfort in, and don't say anything related to the tiefling on his by him?
No, he grew up in a noble household, so something comforting to him besides alcohol.
Yeah, that's yeah.
It's probably going to be like a caviar of some sort, probably.
Hopefully not store-bought.
No, of course not store-bought. How dare you? But it's gonna be like something small, because I imagine him sneaking a few and just like sitting in his room and like eating it,
Aw.
which is very sad now that I think about it.
Aw.
If it was the high school AU, his favorite food was the burritos, breakfast burritos that he had like
Breakfast
13 of,
burritos.
and somehow
Good Lord.
amazingly rolled.
Yeah, he
He rolled a nat 20 on how many for his constitution on eating like a bunch of burritos, and he ate 13 or 14 of them or something.
Good Lord, Grayson.
Aw, that's so cute. Secretly, his favorite food is whatever Xavier cooks.
Aww.
That's so precious.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Yes, that makes me happy.
He says, "My son made this for me. It is my favorite."
Oh, my heart. I can't take it.
That's super cute. What is Zipper's favorite food?
Zipper's favorite food? I'm gonna think about that. Anything Mama
Zipper,
makes,
Zephyr, and
honestly.
Zero.
Anything Mama makes.
Yeah,
For
I feel like
sure,
all three of them have that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say for sure, at least one of Zipper's favorites, one of his favorite things to eat is I'm gonna say definitely like a pecan pie or something similar to like what a pecan pie would be in their world, since I don't think pecan.
So Southern.
So it's definitely southern for sure. Yeah, definitely a pecan pie, not pecan, pecan. Thank you very much.
You saying that all funny.
Why you gotta say it like that?
I feel like Grayson would say.
What the hell is
he
a
would
pecan?
say pecan just to piss someone off.
What?
He'd say that just to piss him off.
Son, what the fuck is a pecan?
Oh my gosh.
God, I remember the first iteration when I was trying to roleplay West, and I actually tried to make him Southern, but it didn't stick. I tried. I did try.
And now he's like a bro.
He's a bro!
Oh, that's cursed.
What's cursed?
Pickle Prawn mentioned aboleth caviar.
Uh-oh. Eat the aboleth caviar, see into forever! I can see the future.
Oh.
Like Skittles.
Oh god. I'm just gonna keep thinking about it.
But a worse trip.
Oh god. I don't want to think about that.
I can hear West. It's pecan. West, you did what in your can?
You did what? You did what in your can? Why would you tell me that?
It's the
You did what? You did
pecan.
What with your what?
They're in the Underdark.
See, no, we don't do cans. We just kind of find a corner and just everyone has to deal with it.
Oh my gosh.
Did Dis bend his spoon?
He did.
He's so mad.
He's so mad. I'm gonna color it so he's gonna be like really red in the face. He's red already, but he's gonna be really red.
You good, fam? He would not call Dis fam. Fair. Aw.
They're like eating like a curry, and Dis is just so pissed off at how spicy it is. Why is it attacking my mouth? I hate it.
I was like, I don't like this.
I don't like this. Why did you do this to me? This is your fucking fault.
Pushes him off a bridge.
You had to go to the fucking spice market. Hashtag it was Cole's fault.
Why would it be his fault? God.
He mentioned the spice market, and then Grayson's like, "Ooh, that sounds exotic," and then he went, and then he just like grabbed all the spices, and then I feel like this is Grayson trying to make curry for once, and it just
puts all the spices in, doesn't bother to go off a recipe.
1, it tastes like ass. 2,
Cole looks at it, and it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What did you do?
2, it's spicy as shit. Oh, Allie, what's going on up there? Well, Cozy Bros. I love the name of that. That's so cute.
They're called Cozy. He calls them Cozy Bros.
I love it. I love it so much. Alistair, you're such a goddamn delight. I love initially the concept that his favorite food is something he can share with friends and bros. That's most precious.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's something he can share, and like the fact that it's just wrapped up in a blanket. Like I feel like that's really appealing to him.
It's like so cozy, bro.
When I eat this, I feel like I'm wrapped in a blanket too.
Just looks all safe and warm.
And then he goes and wraps himself in a blanket, probably.
Oh, he just eats it. He eats them wrapped in a blanket.
Yeah, because he wants to,
I just want to attune
gotta be
to
like your food, bro.
I just want to attune to their coziness, bro. And Wes is just like,
Like
it's just fucking hot dogs in a blanket. What's wrong?
So he's just like this.
Just fucking eat it. Oh, he's so cute. I'm gonna eventually make a sticker.
And then he's got a little plate up here with.
Oh my god! Don't you dare! I will make that into a whole sticker.
Oh wait, hold on. Then Jaeon's over here just. The shit.
Don't forget his wine glass. Oh, Jaeon.
His hair's like stupid long there. Stop.
Stop. Why are you like this? Stop it now. Just like nudges him with his foot. Stop it.
Quit it.
Quit it. Why are you doing that? Alright, now let me... There.
Oh no!
He don't like it.
Nope.
He's upset. And usually that means people die.
Oh my gosh. Short beard. With the size of his ear, Mini Grayson looks like Lupin with a wig.
Yes.
And the day that someone introduces Allie to hot dogs wrapped in a bagel will be momentous.
In my Fiat. Is all I say to the Lupin comment.
In my Fiat! In my Fiat!
Oh, God.
Right.
The amount of inside jokes we have.
We're gonna talk about that.
No, we're not gonna talk about it. If anyone wants to know, just DM us. We can explain that one. Then you can be on the joke, and then you can question what it is we're sending each other at 3 a.m.
Yeah. Aw. He's so mad.
He's so pissed. I mean, it's his default state of being, but you know. He's either pissed or just disgruntled to some degree.
I feel like his tail would just be like...
Yes, just straight up, just angry.
Wait, or it would be like a cat's tail.
Oh my god, that's so cute. I love thinking about tiefling tails. That's always fun. Like, I need to make a note in my actual campaign notes for Phoebus that I need his tail to do specific things whenever he's like feeling a certain way. So.
Oh, his tail will do a thing.
Yeah, like right now he's a little pissed off and freaked out, so his tail's gonna be doing that thing that cats do when it's like super agitated and it's just like going like super fast and twitching.
My mom's cat, like, will just sit in, like, the window like this. Wow, I did a really good silhouette of a cat there.
That's a
me.
damn good silhouette of a cat.
But he'll just sit at the window, and then his tail will, every now and then it'll just, like, the tip will twitch. If he, like, sees a bird or something.
Yes. Oh my god.
And it's just like very, and then he'll make these little sounds where it's like, yeah, it's
chittering.
Really weird, like chattering sounds. And I'm like, dude, are you all right?
Yep.
Yeah, Rue does that a lot.
Your cat, okay, Vic. I think it was one time you went to go walk the dog, and I didn't know Tabitha was around, but your cat was so loud. I was concerned. I was like, oh my god, is the cat okay? And I the cat through the mic, and I was like, bro, are you all right? and then I just hear Tabitha be like, it's fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because he either has his mouse, his pickle, or his bee toy that he'll run around with in his mouth, and he sounds like he's in
pain. It sounded like he was in pain.
No, but he's just walking around like, hey, look, I caught my toy. Look, notice me.
Look at me.
Exactly.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm looking at the tears and the sweat. Can I add a small detail?
Yes, you may. Of course. Forgive me.
He probably has some leg drunk too.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Aw. That's so sad.
I'm honestly in this moment, I'm channeling that moment where I was taken to a ramen shop here in San Antonio, and they had like these varying these different like ramen bowls, and I felt like I was going to be adventurous for once, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do the spicy garlic. And then they bring out the spicy garlic ramen, and the broth is like blood red. And I was like, oh, this is not a little spicy. And so I started eating it, and I felt like I was dying.
Oof.
So that's what I'm channeling here. To which Grayson says, you good, bitch?
You good, bitch? You alright? You fine?
I think it's a little too tan. Let's scale this. There we go. There it is. I was like, Grayson, where are you? Where is your skin color?
I will say, the easiest thing to remember about Grayson's skin color is that it's an olive.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was basically going off of. I was like, alright, I just need to find the right shade of olive. And we color his jacket. Oh, man. Poor Dis. I feel like immediately after that, he's gonna just assume that whoever made that did something to it, so he's gonna get up and go fight them.
It's like you poisoned this.
You fucking poisoned this. You're trying to fucking kill me. You trying to fucking kill people in this fucking bar? How fucking dare you, bitch? Fight me, mate!
And Grayson's like, if anyone's gonna yell at the waitstaff, it's me.
Good lord. Don't ever take them anywhere together.
Hey, they had a lovely time at that, like, whatever place in the AU was.
Which one?
The diner. The antler place.
Oh, the pair of black antlers?
Where they would always go there to eat food. They were always nice.
Yeah, that's true.
They weren't a bunch of Karens, so.
The dance hall, on the other hand, was a completely different story.
Which one?
The one where they went, where it was a double date and it involved dancing, and I remember that Grayson was at his bougiest mess at that point.
Yeah, he was being a dick to the waiter.
Yeah.
But I think there was a reason for it, and I don't remember what.
Edmund. Edmund was the reason.
Yeah.
And I'm mad that Ash went to bed because I need her reaction to me name dropping Edmund. Edmund.
Fuck Edmund.
That motherfucker. Fuck that guy. What a tool.
Diss with steam coming from his ears.
Oh, I gotta draw that. Hold on. Let me just figure out what I'm doing real quick.
I just love that you good bitch.
That's how he addresses him. He said, "Is you good, bitch?" There we go.
Is you good?
Hey,
It's perfect. I love it.
Let me add the steam. Steam that's always coming off of him.
Literally burning his coat.
Just burning holes through his coat. Perfect. Yes. Good page. Alright, I'm gonna save this one.
Yes.
Oop, 4. I forgot how to count. Like West, I forgot how numbers work.
I'm so excited for the one shot.
Oh, God. Okay, I need you to know, this is a very important detail to the whole West getting quote-unquote possessed by Dis during his meditation session. I love that Ariel's go-to method to tell if West is asking him to count to 10. And West's immediate response is, I can't count that high.
Aww.
And it's like, oh, thank God it's him. Okay. Oh, no. The Grayson has been turned into Gray Karen. Need you to know that right now.
Oh, God. Can you imagine his mother going to a restaurant?
Oh,
no.
Rhoda's the patron saint of Karens.
Oh, my God.
I hated myself for a whole moment. Like, holy shit.
I feel like she wouldn't even bother, to be honest. Like, she'd be like, I've got, staff to do that for me. Why would I go out in public?
Yeah, fuck public.
The common general public.
You expect me to interact with people? Please.
I feel like Zevris and Tabin cook for each other frequently.
Oh, that's so cute.
I feel like that happens a lot.
Alright, what's next on our agenda?
It says Neff's favorite food is meatloaf and meaty American dishes, and Bones is mushroom.
Oh,
that's it.
So that was a personal note that I made because I was asking because I was on voice chat with Lee and Jess from the Harry Potter game, and I just wanted to ask them since the Alistair Discord was talking about what their characters' favorite foods are and why, which I think is always fun to read up on. So everybody on the Discord was sharing what their characters' favorite foods were or what their preferred, dishes were to eat. And I just wanted to ask the Harry Potter crew what they thought theirs was. So the two that I was able to get a hold of at the moment. Just to talk on it, because I like thinking about characters' favorite foods and how that basically affects who they are as a character. Or at least it kind of in my opinion, when it comes to thinking about a character's favorite food, it's kind of like a look into how they are, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
like it could tell like a character's history. It could tell like maybe like a specific habit that they have, or it's just something that they like. Which I always thought it was fun. I thought it was interesting when I asked Lee and Jess what they thought their character's favorite food were, and kind of like how you were with Grace, and they were like, "Oh, I never thought of that. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think." So it's like it's something that we don't think about, but then when we do, we're like, "No, yeah, this makes sense."
Mm-hmm. I just don't think like I think of food, a favorite food, like you said, is a comfort food, and I just don't see Grayson using for comfort.
Which makes sense
Like,
for him.
Yeah, I feel like he goes into study more so as a comfort or writing.
Yeah. I mean, would you think that he would just reason food out of being comforting? And just for necessity?
He has to keep his svelte figure.
Fair.
I'm not going to eat my feelings.
I mean...
Do you see how I look?
God damn it, Grayson. Do you think his opinion on food would have changed when Xavier would have gotten into it?
Oh, for sure. It's I feel like, where Grayson is right now in Horde of Queen, he's only seen his son like completely distraught, except for when he was younger, obviously.
Yeah.
But now it's something that brings his son joy, so I feel like takes more care into it now.
Yeah.
Definitely a different opinion. Plus he likes watching Dis freak out about peppers.
He just puts one down on a dresser and just waits for Dis to notice it.
He hides behind, he just sits in the armchair nearby.
Just waits.
And watches.
So fucking mean.
He hides it in things. I don't know.
This is just gonna grab it and just bring it up to Grayson and be like, I swear to God, if I find one more of these, I'm sticking it in your eye. God.
And then he conjures one.
Oh my
that he can't grab.
That's how you get punched.
He's used to it. It's
fair. All right. What are we drawing next? As we're coming up on at least the end portion. So what should our final draw be?
Draw your character as food.
As food?
Yes. So I will start because I have an idea.
So coming up with a dish for your character, essentially?
No.
Oh
no.
Oh no. Oh my God, is he a tofu square?
He's some Jello.
Hold him gently.
Lynn.
Hold him gently.
I have Lynn.
What?
Hold him gently. I'm pulling that up again just so Lynn can...
I can't. Holy shit.
Hold him gently.
Wiggle. There. You asked, and this is where my brain goes.
I'm sorry.
I know you said you made West tea, but is that all that you put in that tea?
Correct.
Okay, because I know how I told you how I prepare my West tea.
It's just Jello, bro. He's Jello.
Jello.
Dare I say?
He jiggly.
Gelatinous bro.
He's a gelatinous bro.
Jesus, like VeggieTales Weston Alistair edition.
Oh dear Lord.
Oh my God.
What are you? God damn it! I can't. I can't.
I'm so jiggly.
Wow. I was told that. Oh God.
This is the giant pickle.
Giant pickle.
God damn it.
I love that I'm so jiggly.
I'm doing this specifically for Fifi.
Oh my god.
His little hands. Jiggle bro.
I love how Jesus confirmed that. Yes.
It's a Fifi
It's
pomegranate. It's a Fifi pomegranate.
Perfect.
Because the running joke that we have in for Ophelia is the fact that she absolutely cannot open a pomegranate, and it causes her great distress.
Grayson is the asparagus.
The greatest distress.
Oh, Jesus says a real option. Draw what West's first meal to his bros after he gets the chef beat.
The asparagus.
What would West
No, that's different.
first meal be?
Alright, let me save this real quick so that we can have this cursed image forever.
I want to make asparagus stay for her class.
Don't forget the sleeves. Don't forget the sleeves. Oh, you look so nervous.
Wait, I ran out of room. There.
Aww. Perfect. Alright, I'm gonna just save that and then pretend it never happened.
Fifi Palm.
Fifi Palm.
I'm sorry, I'm still crying at the Alistair Jello.
Like,
hold him gently.
Hold him gently.
Take him out of his shell
What would
and
Grayson
hold
be?
him gently.
What?
What would Grayson be if he was a food?
A green bean.
Just a big
No.
string bean.
String bean!
He's a bean sprout.
He's
Just
either
one
a-
of those bean sprouts.
He would probably be like snow peas or something.
he's a fucking peach.
Like, I don't know.
Fucking lima bean.
Lima bean.
Oh, I know what Cole would be.
What would Cole be?
Really, Vic?
A chili bean!
Yep. He's a bean.
Meanwhile,
Aww, Addie.
and he's got his little like beard thing.
Don't forget his barnacle friend.
Barnacle.
I'm never gonna forget the barnacle friend. That's like my favorite thing ever.
Hello.
Hello. Great, now I'm gonna save that one. That just needs to exist in this world.
Wait, what is Cole? What is Cole?
Cole's a Mishaba bean.
He's a chili bean.
He's a chili bean.
Do they look like bean shaped like that?
Yes.
Yeah, just a bean.
Okay.
He's shaped
So,
like a bean.
So he would be.
Oh.
There.
My God.
Perfect.
I love them.
It's
And then-
certainly something.
And then Basil. Also a bean.
And save. Okay, that's saved. Boop. Goodbye forever. So West's West's first meal to his friends. That depends where in the world we are.
Don't mind me.
What are you drawing there, bro? That
It's not you.
okay.
I haven't drawn as.
I was gonna say that the hair seemed very similar for a second. I'm like, wait, technically we have the same hair now.
Yes.
That's a good West. It's a very good West.
Thank you. Have big old titties.
It's the most important feature of this manly barbarian. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes.
Hold on. Eh.
I love it. Thanks.
No problem. Heh. Whatever.
Yeah, the spirit is there.
You know what it is.
I do. I know what this is. God damn it!
You knew? You
should've-
knew!
Honestly, you should have drawn Stranger for that one.
Wait, what?
Please, my wets. There.
It's just my only. This is.
Huh.
What the fuck? Accurate. And his response.
I don't know. Yeah, it's fair.
There.
And save.
How'd I get trapped in this moron?
Basically, how the fuck did I get stuck with you? God damn.
Okay, you can draw your thing now. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well, now I don't know what I'm drawing.
I'm sorry I sidetracked you.
That's fine. Oh, man. Because now I gotta think about what it is West would do. What?
I might be turning into a pumpkin.
Really?
What?
What?
What is happening down there?
Ignore me. Once you start drawing something, I'm just keeping my hands busy.
Why?
What? Why?
That...
Can't spell. Why?
I mean, thinking about what West would do when he gets the chef feat, he's probably gonna make either wherever they are in that moment. He's just gonna either use what's on hand in the region, or he's just going to make something that he knows his friends would like. So it's like, hey, tell me what your favorite food is, and I will do what I can to recreate it.
With the limited resources that I have.
With the limited resources that I have, I will do my best.
Jamal and Elle giving Wes free access to the kitchen. What?
Aww. Actually, that's really cute. Thinking about West and Jamal cooking together. I love Jamal. Jamal's such a great NPC. I feel like West and him really vibed together. Oh, God. Hands don't want to work right now.
So would you say when Xavier was younger, he learned to cook how? Since it was just them in the Demiplane.
I would say mostly through reading.
Would it be Grayson stumbling through and just reading?
Yeah, so from I think what I mentioned in game, it was Xavier's, like, some of Xavier's favorite memories being that of Grayson attempting to cook in the kitchen and Xavier helping him out. And so Xavier just liked being there with his dad, trying to make something physical and not with magic. West.
I imagine, like, Grayson, like, holding a spoon and goes.
Just holding a spoon and it's like, ugh, why?
Teaspoons are for tea, nothing else.
I don't know. Maybe, depending on where they are. Arms. How do they work? Who knows? It's a mystery. Anatomy's a mystery.
Arms, what are those?
Excuse me for arms are for losers. It's all about legs. Excuse me while I do my weird arm cheat.
Let's see.
Dynamic posing is a bitch. Also, I'm just self-projecting because I had to whip cream every single day in my class. Every fucking day I had to whip fresh whipped cream. And it was
Dude, that sounds like a nightmare.
Oh my god, if you've ever done it, it's certainly something to do. There we go. There we go. Just getting somewhere. No, now that I'm thinking about it, I think the first thing West will try to actually make, with the chef feat, if it's allowed in game, since it's a UA, so that's always iffy. I think for sure, depending on where they are, he's gonna try to bake a cake for his friends.
Aw. Did in the high school AU when they were kids, we mentioned them eating just straight up at one point, didn't we?
Just what?
I think in the high school AU when we had them being children, I think we had West eating just like straight up dirt at one point.
Yes, he did. He absolutely did, and that's still canon to West.
It's like pie.
As a child, he just straight up ate mud pies.
Eat dirt.
Which in the context of his canon self, it's just depressing.
I think in the AU it was because he liked cooking, but he was a child, so it was like dirt.
Yeah, he's just dirt. As kids
dirt.
do.
Yeah. I was never a dirt eater.
I was never a dirt eater either.
Okay.
So I got us back
What's
on.
our plan?
So what?
Are we live?
Yeah, we've been live for a bit.
Cool. Okay, good.
All right. So yeah. So I guess we can just close it out since that happens. Just
cool.
To say,
So your Demiplanes is not the same as mine.
It's not. Oh shit.
No, we're not in the same room anymore.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
that's good to know.
It's fine. Just continue.
So we'll just have a bald Grayson on Twitch for a while.
I'll show you what he looks like. It's pretty great.
He's bald on my end, so it's fantastic.
You can replicate it because I finished him. So yeah. There.
If you want to look at Twitch, this is what I'm just doing.
I know. Smashed. There. That's what he looks like on my end.
Oh, he's so precious. I'm gonna keep what I have though.
Oh, that's completely fine.
Oh god, bald Grayson cursed. Okay, so yeah, let's just go ahead and close it out, just for sake of YouTube and for editing purposes. So sorry, Jesus, for this.
Yep.
Technology is weird. So hey guys, sorry that the internet, not the internet, but my computer decided to take one massive stinking shit, and I mean that's what happens when you eat too many jalapenos, I guess. So yeah, so sorry about that. We're gonna go ahead and end the episode here, because we're coming up on our time anyway, and in Futureland it's much later for Lynn. So we're gonna call it here, and I'm gonna finish this West on my own time, and I'm gonna post him on my art page, my Instagram, and the Discord if you're following on the Discord. So he'll be posted up when he's done. So, sorry about that. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking around. Have a good weekend.
Rest of the day.
Etc. Rest of whatever's happening and what time of day this is for you. I don't know. Check us out on August 3rd when we play the Alistair one shot. Check us out next week for Demiplanes and the next Demiplanes and Doodle episode, which is going to be our special Alistair episode. And we're literally pulling West and Alistair from the Aether to draw with us. So that'll be an exciting adventure. So see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Be nice, be safe, hang loose, stay righteous.
Later, guys.
Goodbye.